The feeling that you are being protected is not a fantasy. It is the signature of an active ancestral security detail assigned to your mission. Those moments of impossible luck, near misses, and sudden gut feelings are not random events in a chaotic universe. They are precisely calibrated interventions. They are the tactical maneuvers of a spiritual team operating on your behalf from a higher dimensional plane. The question is not whether they are intervening, but whether you have been trained to recognize the signals and consciously engage with the protection. This transmission is that training. In this briefing, we will first establish the fundamental principle of lineage-level security, revealing why this protection is not a gift, but a necessity. Then, we will decode the 5 primary intervention signals that appear in your reality as strange coincidences, reframing them as actionable intelligence. Finally, we will activate the protocol for conscious reciprocal acknowledgement, the key to amplifying this divine protection and solidifying the connection to your spiritual guardians. Let us begin with the core principle. The intervention of your ancestors is not an act of sentimental affection. It is a deliberate, high-level security protocol. You are the current bearer of a sacred energetic lineage tasked with a specific spiritual assignment that is critical to the evolution of your entire ancestral line. Your success is their success. Your failure is a disruption to a multi-generational mission. Therefore, they are not simply watching over you, they are actively managing the operational integrity of your path. Think of it not as a guardian angel hovering with well wishes, but as a sovereign security team protecting a high-value asset. This team has a vested interest in ensuring you reach your designated checkpoints. Their interventions are strategic, designed to neutralize threats, clear obstacles, and maintain the optimal timeline for your assignment. The car that swerved away at the last second, the deal that fell through, saving you from a disastrous partnership, these were not lucky breaks. These were tactical course corrections executed by your lineage to protect the mission from being compromised. This protection is a non-negotiable component of your spiritual contract. It is a fundamental law that a mission of this magnitude does not deploy without a dedicated support system. This security protocol operates through a distinct language of signs and signals, a language that is often misunderstood for everyday noise. But how do you learn to translate these subtle energetic shifts from background interference into a clear, strategic broadcast? This is accomplished by decoding the intervention signals. These signs are not mysterious or vague. They are specific data points designed to be read. The first and most dramatic signal is the timeline redirection, which you perceive as a near miss. The averted accident, the delayed flight that prevented you from being in the wrong place, the sudden impulse to take a different route home, these are physical manifestations of a timeline shift. Your ancestral team has calculated a probable future where your mission is catastrophically derailed, and they have physically intervened in the material world to move you onto a safer timeline. This is the most resource-intensive intervention, reserved for imminent threats to your physical vessel or the core trajectory of your assignment. The second signal is the frequency mismatch alert, which you experience as a sudden, powerful gut feeling. That inexplicable wave of revulsion towards a person who seems perfectly charming. The deep internal no about a seemingly perfect opportunity. The unease that makes you leave a room for no logical reason. This is your spiritual security system detecting a hostile or incompatible frequency. It is a nonverbal, high-fidelity alert that the energetic signature of a person, place, or situation contains a potential virus that could corrupt your operational integrity. Your ancestors are reading the energetic data far more accurately than your conscious mind can, and they are sending a warning directly to your somatic intelligence. Trusting this signal is paramount. Pause for a moment and recognize this pattern in your own life. The validation you feel is the resonance of truth. You have been receiving these alerts for years. If this level of strategic spiritual understanding resonates, you have found a relevant transmission frequency. Consider joining this community of operatives by subscribing to the channel for continued transmissions. The third signal is the path clearance confirmation, which you perceive as a lucky break or synchronicity. The unexpected check that arrives just when you need it. The perfect contact person appearing out of nowhere. The door that opens effortlessly after countless others were sealed shut. These are not random acts of fortune. They are confirmations that an obstacle on your path has been energetically neutralized by your lineage team ahead of your arrival. They have cleared the way. This signal is their way of saying the path ahead is secure. Proceed with confidence. It is an all-clear broadcast designed to conserve your energy and direct your focus forward, rather than having you waste resources battling a preemptively solved problem. The fourth signal is the symbolic echo. This is when you see repeated number sequences, a specific animal totem, or hear a significant song or phrase multiple times in a short period. This is not your mind playing tricks on you. This is a targeted communication, an encrypted ping from your team to get your attention. It often serves one of two functions, either to confirm that you are on the correct path and aligned with your mission parameters, or to alert you to pay closer attention to your surroundings because a more significant message is forthcoming. It is their way of establishing a secure, consistent communication channel. The fifth and final signal is the dreamscape briefing. The dream state is a less dense reality, a dimension where your team can communicate with you more directly without the filter and interference of the conscious analytical mind. Vivid dreams in which you meet with wise figures who feel like family, where you are shown solutions to waking life problems or given clear warnings about future events. These are not mere dreams. These are strategic briefings, operational meetings taking place on the astral plane to download critical intelligence and guidance directly into your subconscious. Recognizing these signals is the first critical step, but recognition without response leaves the communication loop open and the connection static. So, how do you actively engage with this protection to make it stronger, clearer, and more precise? You engage through the protocol of reciprocal acknowledgment. This is the master key. This protocol is not about pleading or begging for help. It is a sovereign act of communication between equals on a shared mission. Acknowledgement is not simply feeling grateful. It is the conscious act of closing the energetic loop. It is the spiritual equivalent of an operative radioing back to command, signal received and understood, executing on intelligence. This confirmation is vital. It informs your ancestral team that their signal has successfully penetrated the density of the physical world, that it has been correctly interpreted, and most importantly, that it has been acted upon. This feedback allows them to calibrate and refine their future signals, making the communication stronger and more precise. The practice is simple yet profound. When you experience a timeline redirection, a near miss, you take a moment, place a hand on your heart, and internally or externally state, "Intervention acknowledged, timeline secured. My gratitude to the guardians of my lineage." When you receive a frequency mismatch alert, a bad gut feeling, and you honor it by changing your course of action, you state, "Frequency alert received, course corrected. Acknowledgement to my security detail." When a path clearance confirmation,
a lucky break appears. You acknowledge, path clearance confirmed, obstacle neutralized. My thanks to the vanguard of my lineage. This act of sovereign, conscious acknowledgement transforms you from a passive recipient of protection into an active, collaborating member of your own security team. It confirms that the channel is open, the operative is listening, and the mission is proceeding with conscious awareness. You are not wandering through life hoping for the best. You are a critical asset on a multi-generational mission protected by a dedicated team of ancestral guardians. You now possess the framework of lineage-level security, the codex to translate the 5 primary signals, timeline redirections, frequency mismatch alerts, path clearance confirmations, symbolic echoes, and dreamscape briefings. You have been upgraded from a passive recipient of protection to an active, collaborating member of your own security team. You are no longer just an individual, you are the field operative for an entire spiritual lineage. Your experiences are not just personal stories, they are field data. They are proof of this active communication. In the comments below, share one signal you now recognize as an ancestral intervention. Do not share compromising personal details, but share the pattern of the signal, the near miss, the gut feeling, the lucky break. By sharing this intelligence, we build a collective archive of confirmed signals, training ourselves and each other to become more skilled and discerning operatives in our shared mission. Your discernment sharpens the focus of this entire community.